Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Marty here. Doing a bit of a follow-up from the last video of riding in the Grampians. In the Grampians I had a bit of a crash and a few people have asked me about A, how I am, and B, how the bike is. Well, let's start with A. I'm doing okay. I broke 2 ribs. I didn't realise I broke the 2 ribs until about 3 or 4 days after the ride. I woke up in the morning, I couldn't get out of bed and had to be taken to hospital. With a bit of help there, and they did a CT scan and found the broken ribs. Anyway, that aside, it's mending. What about the bike? That's the most important thing. Like, the bike come down really hard. It slammed down hard onto the ground, and it did okay. It actually did really well, and I really do thank these crash guards for that. Now, these are the OEM crash bars. Whether you like them or not, it doesn't really matter. Put your comments down below, but the point is they actually worked. The jury's out on a lot of these crash bars as to whether, the OEMs are good, if there's a better brand and all that. I'm sure there's probably a better brand, better design and all that, but this is what I've got, and this is what I want to go through today and talk about this crash bar and the impact it took. Now, this bike itself is fairly heavily guarded, I suppose. We've got the bark busters up here, we've got the OEM crash bars and the B&B bash plate down the bottom, and I think these are called Motortech. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, pannier racks, they've taken a fair bit of impact in that. And basically when a bike comes down, the whole side of the bike is protected. And this bike has been dropped a few times. Nothing really serious, just a lot of drops and sand and that. I think this is probably my more serious one. And you can see it's held up pretty well because these are the original stock standard indicators on it. The pegs all original. Basically everything except the guards is original on there, so it tells a story that these things have been doing their job. So anyway, let's get to what this video is about. It's about these crash bars. Now, the injury was all on the left hand side. When it come down, this part here, this little knobbly thing here, hit the rock, anchored onto the rock, and all the force from that impact was shoved right up through this bar here and up through this point here. So what it's done is done a bit of damage there, ground that off a little bit, and also kinked this bar up. It's probably sitting at about it's almost a 45-degree angle there. So it's pushed it straight up. I'll do a bit of a close-up on that and put a lot of pressure on this mounting point. It doesn't seem that mounting point has moved. This one here has. It's been pushed right in against the casing there. There's a bit of the I suppose the cooling system casing there, some sort of aluminium top cap, and the rubber piping to the radiator goes around from there onwards, and that it's sitting very, very close to that, so I was very lucky. So thankfully we didn't crack that. I can't see any damage on the engine, any cracks anywhere. It has done another probably 300 or 400 k's since the crash, because after the crash I rode that day, completed the ride, and on the Sunday I rode as well, then drove all the way back to Adelaide, which is about 600 kilometres. So yeah, the impact come up right through here, bent that, damaged that. So the only criticism I do have of these bars is, I suppose, is this part here, this design here. And I've pointed this out on other brands as well. I think it's the CF 800 MT has a similar sort of system where you have a cross member there, comes through there, and it's bolted in through there. So thus you've got this little round bit here. Sorry, I don't know the technical names and all. You got a bolt in there, holds it all together. Oh, there goes a rib. Try not to cough here. Yeah, when I sneeze and cough, it really kills me. So, all right. So yeah, so when it impacted the rock, that point took all the pressure there and forced it up through it, and acted like an anchor. And I saw that on the CF Moto design on their crash bars, and I went, you know what, that's got to be an issue if you do come off. That's got to really grind and drag across things and place a lot of pressure on there. I think possibly if I was designing, I'd come up with another way and maybe round that off or something like that, create a bit of a ski effect. If you look at a lot of crash bars out there, they're rounded in these areas, so if you do fall, it skis across the object more so. You know what, thinking about it, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, because if it has skidded along and may have damaged the rest of the bike. Sorry, I've got a police helicopter going over at the moment. It's usually the police ambulance helicopter going to recover someone out there and bring them back to Adelaide Hospital. So the police rescue helicopter's taken off. Sorry about that. So yeah, back to the bike. So basically, if it had those skids on it, like sort of more round edge, it may have skidded along. It probably would have done a lot more damage to the side of the bike. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, at the end of the day, the crash bars did the job, and I just wanted to present them to show people what's happened. And maybe you're thinking about buying crash bars. Maybe you're thinking about buying the OEM, the standard Yamaha ones. They are really good. Hey, listen, I'm up for a new left one. I can keep riding with this. It has pushed this a little bit in here as well. It's probably, what are we looking at, about 3 or 4 millimeters off the plastic guard there. That doesn't bother me too much. I will pull that out, and I might even try straightening that up. But at the end of the day, I'd be pretty happy just straightening this up and pulling this out and keep riding. It tells a bit of a story. And if I go to sell the bike, I'll just put brand new ones on it. So what I'd like to hear from you is any of your thoughts about this, about the crash bars, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, what your experiences are. Put some comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this very brief presentation about the crash bars. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe, it really helps. You know how to do all that. Click that button down there and set it up when you subscribe for all notifications so you get any new videos, and like and share and all that. I really appreciate your help there. I'm going to try to get this bike off without undoing all the good that the body is doing to mend this, and get it washed and get it prepared, because I've got a Flinders Ranges ride coming up in probably about 4 or 5 weeks, so I've got to get ready for that. And yeah, and a bit of riding in between. So once again, comments down below. Thanks guys, catch you later. See ya, bye.